Hey there, this is Anthony Trucks, founder of Trust Your Hustle, former NFL player, speaker, and author. And today I'm going to talk to you, honestly, brutally honest, about financial issues. I mean, it's something where a lot of people don't go in like honestly, but I'm getting a little deep with you because I've experienced this myself. Some hardships where I was broke. Matter of fact, 3 years ago, it was Christmas Eve, and I was sitting in my house. I had a car that was just basically in its last leg. I had just torn my Achilles. I had rent to pay at my house, and I had rent to pay at my gym business. But in my bank account, I didn't even have enough money to pay for my kids' Christmas presents. It's Christmas Eve, day before Christmas, I couldn't afford Christmas presents. So I'm sitting in this place thinking about how horrible I felt. I was, in my eyes, like a failure as a man at the moment. I couldn't support my family, couldn't pay for anything. I had staff that needed to be able to pay for, their own families, and I was a hindrance. Like, I felt worthless. It's because I had not handled money correctly. Now, at that point, I made a pivotal decision to never be in that place again. I made a lot of changes. I'm gonna tell you about those changes I made. And those changes are something you can apply to your own life. The very next year, in a roundabout way, I could say roundabout, but applying these exact same concepts, over $400,000 made into my account. I can tell you a bunch of ways it took place, but a lot of it boils down to the things I'm gonna teach you today. So I want you to learn these things and take them to heart, because not only am I coming from a place of being completely broke to having something, but I want to come to a place where you're at and give you some things idea-wise you can apply to your life. It's not investment ideas, but just life ideas of how to apply this to your life in a financial aspect. The first thing is you must own the situation you're in. You must understand and admit why you are there right now. Like, why do you have financial issues? Why are you struggling with money? What have people told you not to do and that you continue to keep doing? Were you spending money that's pointless? Like, what is it really that you're kind of putting into your life that doesn't need to be there, that you need to own up to? And if you don't own up to it, you're gonna be stuck at point one, never moving past it. And until you can honestly own up to where you're struggling and why you're where you're at, you're gonna be stuck where you're at continuously. The next step is taking a step further and saying, what distractions can you cut out? Now, distractions come in a lot of ways, and I'm talking about financial distractions. Now, this could be something where maybe you spend money on entertainment too much. Maybe you buy things you don't need. Maybe you buy things that are pointless, that they just look cool and somebody else thinks that you should have them, but you buy them, and what happens is now you become negative. Now you can't pay your phone bill, you can't pay your car note, you can't pay things that need to be paid. For me, I couldn't feed my family. I bought an iPhone, it was pointless to have an iPhone. Like, I had a nice car, I didn't need a car. And because of these things, my bills added up and I wasn't in a great place. So I had to step back and say, where are these distractions? And also distractions can take you away from places where you can go and put time in to make money. This happens in TV. A lot of people watch TV and it drains life. It'll drain your life because you start putting all this time into watching TV. And what it does is it distracts you from putting effort into anything else. Some of the most successful people you'll find in your life don't even own televisions. So look at distractions. Then look at where you are worried about other people's view of you. There's a really cool book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and it talks about people who have money don't even look like they have money. They look like they have nothing. People who don't have money usually spend a lot of money, a lot of credit to amass a bunch of stuff, and they put themselves in debt. You buy the boat, the house, the car, the clothes, all these things that really you don't need, but you want them because you want other people to think you have money. But if you think about it, you ever seen Bill Gates take a bunch of pictures with all of his nice house and his cars? Like, no. People who have money don't flaunt their money. So you, as a person, think about, you don't need to show the world what money you have just because you want to have the world think you have more than you think. So what happens is you put yourself into debt for a facade. People, it's an honest saying is people who have money never take pictures with their money. So start thinking about how the world views you, because if I seen a picture of you and you had a bunch of money around you, I'd probably think you don't have much money, because if you did, you wouldn't be flaunting it and showing it to everybody. Then you must think outside the box. Now, thinking outside the box is this whole thing that a lot of people hear, but you never really apply it to your life in this way. You are in a world that is unique and completely different. And the way that you can make income is going to be completely outside the box if you want to make the right amount of income. You can be a person that goes with the same rat race and grind all day long, and that's fine. But at some point, you're going to get to a place where you can't increase your income. The idea is to think outside the box. In the technology we have and the assets you have connection-wise to people, you can make an amazing living doing something that you never even thought you could make a living doing. But you must start that process with thinking outside the box. You gotta start writing ideas down of what you can do. It's not normal that you can make income. Then, here comes the fun one, you must get really uncomfortable. Now, if you don't get uncomfortable, you are not on the right path. Here's why. Ever think about a person who seems pushy, like a salesperson, right? They're a salesperson, they keep badgering you, they call you a lot, they do all these different things, but they eventually make the sale. You buy the car, you buy the house, you buy that thing, and at the end of the day, they make some income. Now, what you don't understand is those people, they got really uncomfortable in the beginning to do that. They started out by not being able to call you and ask you and bother you almost to get to that level, but they got really uncomfortable. They closed the deal, they made their income. Now, some of the people that are the most successful are the ones that do things that you think in your mind, like, I could never do that. I could never go and ask that person for that. I could never go out of my comfort zone and do that. That'd just be too weird. And what happens because you think it's weird, it's really you don't want to get uncomfortable and do that. When you can learn to get comfortable being uncomfortable, then you'll be successful. So you gotta step back in your life and say, where do you have to get incredibly uncomfortable? Step out of your comfort zone and find something that you can do that's outside the box to earn an income. Now, really, we're in this world where you have probably this idea in your head of, well, I've got this job, I'm fully invested, I can't do something else. Wrong. If you remove distractions, you get home after your job, you have your 9 to 5, whatever career you have. If you get home and you have free time, if you're creative enough, if you think outside the box enough, you can actually find some unique ways using technology to create an income. There's a lot of different companies out there that provide you the ability to make the income. You must put your effort in there and get real uncomfortable to do it. Because I don't believe that anybody can honestly, in my day and age, especially in America, tell me you can't make any more money. It's too hard to make an income. It is very, very doable in an ethical standpoint, in a good credibility standpoint way, if you do it and apply yourself the right way. You have all the tools you need, you just gotta get rid of excuses, you gotta apply yourself a different way, think outside the box, and get incredibly uncomfortable. So if you'd like to understand how you can not only overcome these financial worry type aspects, but other processes of life. This is one area is the financial aspect, but relationship and career and health. If you want to find ways you can move into higher levels of your life in terms of sheer abundance and happiness and joy, then I urge you to click the button that you see on the screen or the link you see in the post and come visit me. I have something free that I made just for you to help you along this path to get to that end result of having abundance and happiness in life, where you can live the life that you really enjoy. So I want you to take these ideas, apply them to your life. If you just take the first steps you learned here and start them like today, you'll start to see yourself have some change pretty quickly. So apply it, see where it does to your life, and as always, remember, you can trust your hustle to live an unexpected life.